are back. And look at this. We got Chris, IFBB Pro. If you, those of you who don't know him, Chris, introduce yourself.
My name's Chris. Chris Abela, IFBB Pro. Well, new IFBB Pro last year, season C.
You're you, IFBB Pro.
But yeah, season what? C? Was it C? Yeah, fuck, time
Yeah.
flies, bro. Season
Was that
C
last
last
year?
year. Yeah,
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 last
yeah,
year.
yeah.
And coached by Tim McKinnon, who we've had on as well.
Yes, yes, magical Tim.
Yeah. And what were you, just tell the boys what you were telling me at the start about maybe possibly prep possible shows.
Yeah, so like the goal is the goal was Detroit. Like I really wanted to do Detroit, but they moved the show from early next year to mid next year. So I'll probably have to extend the prep or maybe just prep a little bit later. I think I wanted to start prep at around September, October this year. We remain pretty not lean this off season, but the weight's probably the highest it's ever been at the best condition I've ever been as well. Like I'm sitting like 140 now. And I'm pretty like decent. Like I still feel there's room to progress. Um, but yeah, it's been a smooth off season so far. The year's just been flying by. It's already halfway through. It's absolutely crazy. But we're nearly towards the end of it as well for the off season. So give me like 2, 3 more months and we'll start like peaking for the show. Yeah.
Are you looking forward to going to a cut now? Like you want to get lean again? You're in
Oh
that
fuck yeah!
mindset?
It's not like the food is hectic. Like I was telling you before, it's only like 4,700 calories or 800 calories. The weight, like this is from straight after last season. Like we went through one little health phase, increased the foods once, and I really haven't changed it ever since. And the weight's just been going up really slow, which is good. But yeah, initially when I would go straight out of a show, I'd put on weight really quick, and I feel like that's the biggest differentiator this time around, for sure, for sure.
Which is what everyone preaches these days. Like that's why Dave looks the way he does, Cam looks the way he does. Obviously, a lot of Dean's clients have that philosophy. They're very polished, and I believe the people that handle the rebound well are the ones that are going to be the good athletes.
100%.
Yeah,
100%.
which I've learned this time as well. Because this is my first time, like you, is being lean coming the rebound.
I was just too scared. Like I was like, all right, just turned pro, can't fuck around. Like I don't want to turn into a fat slob as well, which I would usually do, but I was just scared to gain fat. It was probably a bit negative, but like at the very start, I think I was more under eating, if anything. Like I was just trying to stay as lean as I could, but we're just trying to get as healthy as possible. And then once I sort of got it through my head, it's like, you know what, you do have to pack on a bit of weight. You're not going to be as fucking shredded, still lean enough. Then I started, skyrocketing from there.
Mm.
But yeah, I'd usually pack on like 10 kilos in a week, which is right now. I look at that and I'm like, you're fucking dumb. But yeah, it's a lot better that way, I feel, just to go very slow, for sure, for sure.
And probably now for you, that 140 mark, like you never really need to get heavier than that. You just need to keep hitting that weight at a leanest point each off season.
Yeah. And just
Yeah.
pretty much just recomp at this weight as much as we can. Like I've been between that 135 to 140 for the past probably like 5 weeks.
Hmm.
And we're just trying to progress as much as possible in that weight.
Yeah,
And if you look at myself about 6 weeks ago versus now, it's continuously changing. I'm just getting harder and stuff like that, which is really good. Whereas before, I just kept driving myself into the ground with more food, more food, more food, sort of going off plan a lot, just thinking that more food equaled more muscle, which was never the case. But now that it's a lot more structured, it's skyrocketing, bro. It's probably the best I've even the most content I've been, like at this weight. Like I don't look at myself and I'm like, fuck, you look shit. Like I
Yeah.
look at myself and I'm like, fuck, like I actually like the way I look. Which is probably the first time that's ever happened, like at this body weight.
I think that's what everyone needs to focus on is nothing's good in extremes. Everything's good in the amount you need.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I'm like an all or nothing type person. So, like,
How we all, we're
if you're
bodybuilders.
bulking, yeah, like if I'm bulking, it's like bulk, bulk, bulk. Which I've sort of just tried to turn around just mindset wise.
Yeah, because that's still the old school mentality. Like that's because the dynamic shifted now. Become a lot more educated, and those old school bodybuilders, like we were talking about before, they did those hard 12-week preps and they got
Yeah.
bigger in their season. But we've learned now, like you don't need to do that because why kill yourself when you can just stay leaner and have the right amount you need and not get stupid fat.
I think it's because even when I was younger, that's what worked. Like I got really big at one point, very fat, cut down, and it was like a 5 to 10 kilo muscle increase.
Mm.
Did it again, 5 to 10 kilo muscle increase. So in my head, it's like it works. But now that I've come to terms with, the quality of muscle and shit like that, you can't really. I feel like there's a point where you can't do that, but there are times where it's needed, I
I think
feel.
when you're growing that tissue to begin with, I think I don't know if it's needed or if you can get away with it,
Yeah.
but I think that the more tissue that you have, the worse it makes like you,
Mhm.
because obviously like the bigger you are and the stronger you are, the more you're going to drive fatigue in a prep. And if you're also losing a lot of fat, the fatigue is going to end up being a shit look. So the
Yeah.
bigger that you get, I think you have to really manage fatigue in a prep, and you have to make sure that you're not just pushing fat down. So
Yeah.
like if you're 75 kilos, you don't have that much muscle that you're doing that much damage. So you can spend the majority of your prep losing fat. Whereas when you're 110 kilos, it's a different game.
Yeah.
Mm. Yeah,
100%.
early on as well, you're sort of skinny fat, so like you can't really cut because there's no muscle yet.
Yeah.
So if you go into a deficit straight away, you're just gonna look anorexic when you're finished.
Skinny.
Cam, we're just chatting about everything's bad in extremes, like too much food in a surplus, and like staying lean is always better post show and that kind of thing.
Yeah, there's always people who are just like it's always somewhere in the middle. It's
Mm.
it's like it's people will just go too far in one direction. So like there's people who stay too lean, there's people who will get too fat. It's like everything in bodybuilding is pretty much just in the middle somewhere.
Finding a sweet spot.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Same with training too. So
Yeah. Yeah. It's not balls to the wall or train like a pussy. It's
yeah,
like it's somewhere in the middle for where
yeah.
you need to be that week.
And I see even with training, I see a lot of people doing like these extreme ranges with their training now, like getting in the lengthened range or that far that
Eric
they're like,
Janicki.
yeah, and like, and they're taking away the force that they can produce.
mm.
So
Yeah.
like
Or
it's
they're bringing in other muscles when they get too
yeah,
far in that end range. They're not
yeah. So it's just like yeah,
Yeah, it's not
or
like big dudes doing it. You see like guys that are just starting out that are like 70 kilos and they're skinny, trying to, reach the whole thing, stretch and pull, just like lift some weight,
yeah, yeah.
There's no
Yeah, I was
need.
watching. Did you see the other
They're
day
getting
Jared
like
Feather and Regan Grimes video? And Jared Feather's trying to teach Regan how to train. I'm like, man, the cunt's 3 times your size. Just let him do
yeah.
what he's doing.
Or I see
Fuck.
people trying to get like maximum knee flexion, like as much knee flexion as they can, where they're like up on their fucking toes. Like
Yeah.
that's just taking away force you can generate. Like
No, I
Yeah.
saw someone.
it's always like somewhere in the middle. It's
There's
like
a sweet
people
spot.
have to just take it way too far.
And also, this is the thing, is like have a bit of confidence in yourself when you go into the gym to find that for yourself. Don't rely on somebody else to tell you what the best amount of knee flexion is. Try all the different amounts, try the different loads that you can have with those appropriate amounts and see what feels best for you and do that. Don't like go on some YouTube and go, okay, well, this guy says that he knows what he's on about and he said this, so I'm going to do that. Like go and try shit for yourself.
Mm.
Mhm.
Yeah, like I saw someone the other day do fucking a leg press, or it might even been, yeah, it was known as a hack squat, doing it as a sissy squat. And like as their main, they're like, oh, this is way better because you get more knee flexion to put you in a more vulnerable position. I do these all the time over a proper traditional hack, and I'm like, that's just dumb. And the person was skinny as shit,
I
like pin
like
legs.
a sissy squat. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like if I'm putting 200 kilos on a sissy squat, you know what I mean?
there's just some like okay, maybe do a sissy squat as maybe a end exercise, like as a drop set, like you get out the hack and you do them if you're crazy like Tom Platz, but you're never going to do them as a prime squat pattern.
I would argue too that Tom Platz would have crazy legs if he did straight sets. He was
Yeah.
Yeah,
just going to have crazy legs because
yeah.
tell me this, why didn't Tom Platz have massive arms? I'm
Mm,
sure he trained arms the same as he trained legs, right? So if he didn't have massive arms and he was doing what he did for arms for legs, wouldn't it work?
yeah,
Or
Yeah,
was
I
he
just want
just,
to take a quick second at time out the podcast to introduce Amino's protein. Use code AGHOSTMAN to get your
wouldn't it
5% off.
work?
yeah,
Or was he just genetically had a disposition to have huge legs?
yeah. His arms were way smaller than his legs.
Way smaller.
Way
And I'm
smaller.
sure he trained them, like I'm sure he wanted bigger arms. I'm sure he was doing everything he could.
Yeah, probably
So
overtraining him.
to go and say, well, Tom Platz does this for legs, it must be he did it for arms too, and his arms weren't good.
Hey, I
Mm.
just want to
I
take a
haven't
quick
followed too
second
much
at
of
time
Tom
out the
Platz's
podcast to
training. Was it
introduce
all the same?
Amino's protein.
Yeah, it was
Trained,
like,
Code
he trained his
AGHOSTMAN
whole body
to
the
get
same way he
your
trained legs?
5% off.
yeah. Have you seen the videos of him doing pull-ups?
No, no.
Oh, and he's doing like you've all seen it, yeah?
Yeah, it's
He's got a
ridiculous.
spotter under him and he's doing like like forced reps, and then the spotter's helping him up, and he's doing like negatives on his own, and then he's like just hanging off the bar, like barely moving, and like he'll take like 5 minutes past failure.
Yeah.
Legs are just different than any other muscle group because they have to, no matter what, you've always got those slow twitch fibers that have to make you still walk, no matter how much you beat up your legs. They can just handle a lot more. You cannot train your upper body like your legs. The
Yeah, but
legs can
also
just
he probably just had a genetic disposition to grow
that as
legs.
well.
Like,
Yeah.
He
look
was
at
always
some
had
people that
legs. Yeah, always.
some people train their legs a lot and they can't grow big legs.
Yeah. And
Didn't Tom in the
bodybuilding to his
end
legs
say
because
that?
you're a strong muscle group. They're just sucking the life out of his upper body.
Could
Mm.
be too.
Yeah.
What are
Did
you saying,
Tom say
Ash?
that towards the end of his career he was only training legs once a fortnight because he went so hardcore that he couldn't recover from it or bear the thought of training them again any sooner than 14 days? I believe that was something I heard, you know. So when you're talking about him being predisposed to having great legs, like nobody who wants great legs is going to train them every 14 days, you know.
Mm.
I think
But
I think what's been lost is that people look at training methodologies like, oh, you know, stretch position this or fucking, you know, whatever that. In the end, at the end of the day, I have a firm belief after doing this for many years is that at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter how you train as long as there's a system of progression in place.
yeah,
You know what I mean? That's literally all that matters. You can do half reps on squats. I can guarantee you that if you're half reps on squats in a year, double in load with the same range of motion, the same technique, whatever, you'll still grow your legs, you know?
Mm.
So,
yeah, I'm proof of that. I used to train like shit. I still grew.
Mm. Consistency.
yeah.
Yeah.
The
Mm.
problem is most people go in the gym, they'll never really push themselves. You see how people train. Most average gym goers that aren't competitors, they don't train that hard. They'll stop and you'll be like, man, you could have easily got three or four more.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but they're there just to work out though. So
Yeah.
it's
And
different.
then there's people in there just battling demons, mate.
Yeah, it's
Going
not
to war,
the
brother.
same rules don't apply for everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, like Dave, you were saying, you got to find what works for you. And like you said, whatever you find works for you, what works for your legs might be different for your arms. So you got to find out
Yeah,
what works for
100%.
every body part for you.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then
but I
as you get
think
older,
like
all you're doing is just doing what you can do around injuries.
hopefully
As you're
not.
getting old.
One thing that I will say is I find that the further into your training career, generally speaking, I think the less overall total working sets you need, you know? Like, 'cause when I was 18, I was doing fucking the Ronnie Coleman split, you know, 20 sets per muscle twice a week, and I grew like a weed. If you tried to get me to do that now, I'd be in pieces, you know?
Yeah,
So
but if you add your total like absolute load up that you were doing back then, you were probably only equaling the same load in like 20 sets as what you're doing now in eight.
well,
Yeah.
I've thought about that before. I'm not really too sure what it would work out to be. I would imagine, yeah, it would probably be pretty similar. But yeah, like my volume these days is pretty low, and you know, I find that you do have to titrate it down slowly as you get bigger, as you get stronger. Otherwise, yeah, you simply just don't survive.
It's
Well,
like a
you also,
skill.
the bigger you get, the more fatiguing things are.
Yeah,
Well,
but
I think it
the
also
skill
depends
thing
on your.
you get more skillful at training, so you can get more out of two
Better
sets.
fiber recruitment.
Yeah.
Yeah, and especially because I'm a big like training to failure type of guy. Depending on the exercise, like you guys know, you know, you're not really going to take like a set of fucking RDLs or something to absolute failure or something. But for the most part, you know, I'm training with one rep in reserve or to to failure. So every set that I'm doing is so accurate and so damaging,
Isolated as well.
yeah, that, you know, I only train quads with 6 sets per week, 3 sets one day, 3 sets the other, and I've got fucking huge quads and they're still growing, you know. So yeah, I just think that the more accurate you get, the better at the skill of training that you improve upon, then the less overall total bullshit you need.
Mm, I agree. Better execution. It's like I tell people, right, when you start a new job, the first year, you're like, by the end of the year, you're like, how much more efficient are you? You can get done the same amount of work in half the day. It's exactly like the gym. Once you're more efficient at it, you get done the same quality of work in half the time. E.g., half the sets, because you know what you're doing now. You know how to execution. You know how to target. If you're doing curls, you know how to target your bicep
Mm.
rather than back in the day, as a kid using shoulder and momentum. Now you're just like it's sitting. The weight is sitting on that muscle. So you're what every set you do is very stimulative, and the stimulus is so high.
Well, it's funny because I get people that come up to me and they go, "Wow, you must be in the gym for hours a day to look like that." And I'm like, "No, 45 minutes to an hour, 4 or 5 times a week."
Mm,
You know what I mean? They just don't understand.
yeah. You know, it's like literally the time you watch one of your Netflix series shows, I've done my workout. Yeah.
Yeah. It's actually quite funny to me, that I can get a full leg day done in about 50 minutes. You ask my 18-year-old self that, I'd have been like, "Huh, fucking pussy. You can't get
Yeah.
shit done in 50 minutes."
So it's how's
Yeah,
your training going, Cam? How's your prep?
yeah, good. Good.
Mm.
Just had two deload sessions or pull back, some training volume and some intensity. And we're like 6 weeks out now, so start of a new meso and just gonna roll that up and it'll line up perfectly.
I'm loving those physio posts of you and Dave posing in the room. Oh man, I'd love to be in there watching that.
Yeah, man, Jess is fantastic,
Yeah.
So she's been taking care of our like massages and like all our tissue work, and she also like helps us with our posing presentation, and she'll like open us up so we can actually pose properly. And man, she's phenomenal.
Well,
She's got
shout
a,
out to
like
Jess.
she's
If
got a
you're in
great
Queensland, hit her up.
Yeah,
What's her thing? What's
pursuit
her
physio.
pursuit physio. Yeah,
Yeah, she's got a great eye for, especially for bodybuilding, but for all classes. For like obviously presentation and muscle quality, but also like understanding what's going to get you into that pose better from a physio perspective. So she'll see like a tightness or a weakness, and then she'll be able to prescribe us exercise or do soft tissue work or whatever it needs to get that pose getting into the position that it needs. And I've seen, and I know Cam has seen massive improvements in um, just sort of all poses really, but just presentation as far as like the exercises that she's prescribed us and how much better we're able to get into poses and make certain muscles pop and
yeah.
yeah, positions to put ourselves in and awareness of how to sit in poses so that we look better. And yeah, it's been a massive improvement.
She must know her shit thing. It's very hard to find people that know our sport. Yeah, generic physios are pretty useless. Let's be honest.
Very niche.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
yeah, we're really, really lucky to have her in our corner helping because yeah, like you said, it's rare to find someone that has that physio background but understands how to apply it to bodybuilding.
Mm. So she's obviously interested in the sport.
Yeah, she's a
She's been
competitor.
involved in it for
Oh,
years.
okay. Does she do like dry needling and cupping and all that stuff as
Yeah.
well?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. What do you guys think of dry needling? That's another good question.
Love it.
Yeah, I like it as well.
Yeah, it really, I mean, it's the same principle as any soft tissue. It's just more pinpoint and it's getting deeper under the layers. Whereas anytime you apply like, just manual therapy, it's in the top layers.
Mm,
And you can press down deeper into the layers, but you got to go through the top layers. Whereas
yeah.
dry needling will get straight into those deeper layers.
Yeah, my guy always says, he goes, I'm like, oh, dry needling's so invasive. He goes, actually, it's less invasive. He goes, for you thick boys, for me to manual therapy deeper, I'm going to cause more damage.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Have you guys ever done the electrode dry needling where they dry needle you and they clip those
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I have.
yeah,
that shit's so good. Like I think
Yeah.
that shit, yeah.
Have you got a TENS unit? It's almost like that.
Yeah, pretty much.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
hook up a
Yeah.
10 units. Yeah,
Jess just got a newbie as well.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm keen to, I haven't tried it out yet, but she's got that now. So we'll play around with that over the rest of prep and
you can also do like
see how
physio
it goes.
with that as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like they have a glove that they put on, and they kind of like,
Yeah, she's got that.
yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder what it'd be like doing like a bicep curl with like a TENS and you're like, because sometimes when I had like sore bicep and like physio tells me to put on my bicep and I'd sit there, I'd be like just having aim, it just throws your arm up because it
Have you guys
tenses
ever
your
trained with
bicep.
one? With a newbie? Never?
What was that?
You guys have never trained with one before?
No.
No, I haven't.
No,
No.
I
I
was
have.
doing newbie sessions last prep at the very start, bro. It's different. It's different. Like it really triggers a muscle you're trying to hit, but it depends. Like I remember doing it on my back and doing like a chest supported T-bar row, and I felt like I was having a fucking heart attack because it's scattered all across your back. So the pressure is like immense. I feel it's really good for more like
Rehab.
hamstrings, yeah, rehab too. But like if you're trying to
Yeah.
hit like a body part you don't necessarily feel as much, or just trying to trigger it a lot.
Proprioception. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I kind of got out of it, or I was trying to get out of it. I trained a little bit of back with it, and it was almost just to get a sensation in my back,
yeah,
like to
yeah.
have that. Okay, this is the type of feeling that I'm looking for when
Once you know it.
when I go into my other sessions, and I'm doing it without it.
Mm.
Did it leave you guys sore? I recall hearing
Oh yeah,
pros talking about the next day DOMS was like they'd never trained before.
yeah,
Yeah.
really bad.
You just guess it's just a novel stimulus.
Yeah.
If you
Well,
did it all the time, you get used to it.
what it's developed for, I believe, is like reprogramming the pathway from the neuron to the muscle.
It's
Okay.
actually funny you say that
Yeah, so
because
neuron firing. Yeah.
I had have you guys ever heard of a condition where you have a winged scapula?
Yeah.
So I had a winged scapula about 10 years ago due to a training injury, and it was because my serratus uh, nerve, I don't know, got impinged or something like that. And obviously that then means the serratus can't then pull the shoulder blade like around and forward across the spine. So I struggled with it for 6 months, and then one session with the electro needling fully fixed me, brought it back to life. It was
Yeah.
unreal. Couldn't believe it.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
So
Because
where are
that's
you
what's
at,
happening
Chris?
to me at the moment. Mine's getting trapped, but my shoulder is actually fucked because inflammation and that. But yeah, mine it might won't rotate enough because that's why I can't like rotate for the front double because it won't roll around.
Shoulder blade.
No, my serratus.
Oh, right.
Yeah, it won't
Yeah, I
open
mean
up.
that could be maybe a case where it would be beneficial to
Because
try
every time
and
I get a dry needle, like today in the office, I'm like, boom, can hit it, and then like one session down, it gets trapped again. But I think that's more to do with my shoulder joint that the serratus locks up to protect it.
well, you mentioned you were in a digger a lot when you were back in construction.
Mm.
Did you do anything very unilateral when you were in the digger? Like, was your left side always doing something? Is that why
Yeah, the
maybe your
left's
left?
always more dominant because that's the main back control. This is more move. Yeah,
And do you think that's why
it's
it's
always more
fucked?
left-handed, and I'm left-handed as well.
Ah, okay, yep.
Yeah, so I'm always left-hand dominant.
Yeah, I hate that feeling. Do you guys hate the feeling of being asymmetrical? It fucking pisses me off. It's
Yeah.
probably just OCD bodybuilder shit, but
Mm.
when one side doesn't move the same as the other, or
Mm.
one side doesn't look the same as the other, fucking does your head in.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
can actually like if you really pay attention to like a lot of bodybuilders, even the top guys, that
yeah,
everyone has it.
Yeah.
Everyone
Like,
has a bicep that's bigger than the other. Everyone has a
mm,
lat that's bigger than the other.
like
Like,
I can't even flex my right quad the same as I can flex my left.
yeah,
When I flex my left, I can do it effortlessly and pulse it and make it jump and dance and whatever. My right one's just dead. All I can see is my hip flexor just move up and down. And I'm like, the
But
fuck?
no one else would know.
yeah.
What's that? No,
And
no, fuck
and
no.
and when you pose, you instantly your eyes go to the parts that you pick at.
Yeah,
But everybody else, they're going to just see the silhouette. They're going to see the whole thing as a whole,
yeah,
and they're probably going to be looking at things that you didn't notice. This is why it's so hard to like correct your own posing
hmm
because you're just instantly going to
yeah.
pick at the things you don't like.
When you guys
Mm.
do your check-ins, do you just like go straight to the bit that you don't like, and then you go, look, that nah, still fat, fuck this.
yep. All
And
the
then
time.
I'll look at it later on in the day, like hours later, and I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, looks all right. This is where I'm at, like it's
Well, I think Dean on his podcast even mentioned that sometimes he'll get a check in and he won't look at it, and he'll
yeah,
leave it for a day or whatever, or most of the day. Has he ever spoke to you about that, Cam?
nah.
Or and Dave, because you guys are both prepped by Dean, aren't you?
Mm.
Yeah, I believe he'll get a check in and literally leave it, not look at it, read your feedback, and then he'll go back later and look at the actual photos. And because he says the same thing, he doesn't want his perception of your check-in photos to be warped by anything else, whether that be your rundown or his own personal, like just getting out of bed or whatever.
Yeah, I would say it's the other way around, to be honest. I would say
Yeah.
you want to look at the photos
I
Yeah,
could be mistaken. I could have
first.
that
Yeah,
mixed up.
I'd look at the photos first and make your own like judgment of what you think needs to happen, and then I would look at the data and the feedback.
When I'm doing my clients' check-ins, the first thing I do is I get all of their metrics. So I'll get their body weight, I'll look at their sleep, I'll go through their nutrition logging, I'll go through their body weights, and I'll put all of that in my sheet and I'll kind of get a bit of an idea of where they're at this week compared to last week. Then I look at their photos and then I go through their notes of how their week went because I want to make up my own mind of what I think is going on before I
mm,
like, because sometimes people have a perfect week and I'll be like, oh, this is shit, I hate myself. And if you read that first, then you'll be thinking about
Yeah.
that when you go through their stuff. So I try to make my own like mind up about what's going on, and then I look at what they think.
Yeah, like you were saying before, just quickly on that imbalanced muscle thing, like even when I'm in the digger or even driving my car, when I have to drive a lot, when I worked a lot, I'm always like, I'm always on the, with the right leg, I'm always on the accelerator and brakes, it's getting more stimulus than the other leg. And I fucking used to hate it, used to do my head in. I'm like, I need two accelerators, so one day I can use this accelerator, one day I can use that accelerator, so my legs get the same stimulus. That's what I feel like. I get those things fuck with your head sometimes. You're like,
Yeah, you pick up something heavy with one arm and you're like, fuck,
yeah.
better do it with the other.
Yeah, at work I always do that. I'll be like, okay, I'll grab this and I'll hold it in this arm, and then the next one I'll grab, I'll go hold it with that arm. I used to always try to do shit like that because it's fucking OCD shit.
Yeah, yeah,
So,
100%.
With
Chris,
what you were saying as well, the check-ins, Dave. I always read because of the way Kahuna's is set up. I read the stuff first. I'm like, I see how you're feeling. I think your mental shit's bullshit. Let me look at the physique and see if what you're really feeling. That's what I think in my head. I think whatever they say is bullshit because they don't know what's going on. Because they
yeah,
think
but then that,
it's
yeah,
like when people say
yeah,
they need a refeed. Oh, I feel flat. I need a refeed. I'm like, I'll be the judge of that.
Yeah.
Oh, doesn't that fucking do your head in? Oh, hey, coach, it's been a while since we've had a cheat meal. What do you reckon? You're like, fuck off.
Yeah. Or when they're like, "Oh, what are we going to change this week?" I'm like, "Well, you didn't stick to plan this week, so guess what? It's rinse and repeat."
Or it's been like 4 weeks, no changes because they're still progressing and they're expecting you to make a change. You're like, why the fuck would I make a
Yeah.
change?
Yeah, I've
Like,
had
shit's
people
still
say to
going
me
good.
like, "We haven't changed anything in 6 weeks." I'm like, "Yeah, but look at what's going on. And I don't want to ruin the groove." And they're like, "Oh, what am I paying you for?" I'm like, "Oh my God, you're paying me to not make changes. Like a
Yeah,
shit coach would make a change to keep you happy. I'm not making the change and telling you, nah, you're in a groove. Fucking leave it."
yeah. If I wasn't here, you'd be making a change every fucking week and you'd be getting nowhere.
And that's exactly why I tell people all the time, you need a coach more than you think because even I have a coach. When you coach yourself, you're hypercritical and all you do is overthink. They're like, fuck. People like us, we need a coach to take stress off our own heads because there's no way I could do it. I'd be, oh, is that the right decision? You'd be thinking about it all day. Should I change that? Just fucking Cam, he's got me sorted. Okay, I don't need to think. I don't need to stress about myself.
That's why I prefer my prep and competitive clients because it's the gem pop ones that are like, can we change this? Can we change that?
Mm.
And I'm like,
You know,
oh,
I have
fuck,
4 different
bro.
options for meal one. You're like, fuck.
I've been eating the same thing for fucking like 5 years. Like, and you can't go 2 weeks eating the
Yeah.
same thing. Fuck me dead.
Or when they actually ask for a change, like, can we swap this for this? And you swap it a week later, oh, actually, can we swap that back? You're like, oh my God.
so
Oh,
Chris,
Yo.
you're the guest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's happening with you, man? Where are you at with everything?
We're like in the midst of, I'd probably say like peak off season. I haven't even realized how fast the year has gone by. It's already like mid-year. But I'm not sure if you were in the chat when we mentioned it, but I want to compete in the Detroit. That was going to be at the start of the year next year, I
Yeah,
think in like April or May, whenever it was, but they've pushed it to the July.
yeah, to align
That
with
that's
the
changed.
rest of the season a bit better.
Yeah, so that's changed a few things now because I think we're going to start prepping like October or November to get ready for that. I think Tim wants like a minimum 20-week prep, or if anything longer, because I could have even pushed the prep longer for the show I did recently as well, like much longer.
Yeah,
Like I'm still thriving and like we still had body fat to come off as well. So for me, I think we might just go for like a 20-week prep or a little bit more, but I think we're going to start prep at the same time, like probably November, December, and then just cruise all the way into like July. Like I don't mind prepping. It keeps my mind on things as well. I get really like off, not off track, but mentally off track in the off season. I feel like there's nothing that's coming. Like I don't have to be ready for something on a specific day. Like I've got a whole year and a half to get ready. So I become a bit complacent at times, but trying to mature into that sort of
yeah.
off season thing. Yeah.
I think that changed for me. That mentality that you're talking about, that changed for me when I did my first pro show. Like after
Yeah.
I did that, I'm kind of like, okay, fuck this. I'm a bodybuilder. Like I'm an off-season bodybuilder now. Like
Yeah.
I'm not fucking around, and like I'm not just gonna have that mentality that you just explained.
Yeah, and I had little squidges of that. Like even when I turned pro, it was like, don't get fat. Like you've got a reputation now. Like you're a professional bodybuilder. Don't fuck around. Like you got to carry it through. But now it's like 5 months down the track, and I'm like, fuck, old habits are sort of like coming back in and stuff. Whereas back then, when I would just finish a show, I'd just go fucking balls to wall and just put on weight. But now it's like I think that will probably happen for me too, bro. After that first pro show,
Yeah.
it'd be like, yeah, wake up to yourself and now just keep going from there because you've got shit to, build up for in the
Yeah, and I
future.
think even starting your prep like later in the end of the year, like it'll give you the opportunity to even diet in phases. So it's not this 20-week stretch of dieting. Like you can
Yeah.
do it in blocks where you could even have a little mini growth spurt in the middle before you start pulling down. You could do like a rapid fat loss phase and like a little rebound and then finish the job, into the show. So um
100%.
I think that'll be payoff.
We'll
I
see what
suppose
happens.
this is probably directed at Chris and Cam, as you both obviously have your cards. But when you got your card, did your mindset around bodybuilding change a little bit more from this is, a hobby to, okay, this is now my job? Like, was it an instant switch for you guys, or do you find that it was more of a gradual process?
I feel like initially it was because I was always online coaching and personal training. So the personal training would sort of bring me back to reality because that's like an in-person thing locally. It's like a job sort of thing. So I still sort of had that as like my job, my income. Tim was sort of drilling it to me as well. He's like, like, bro, this is like your fucking life now. Like you're a professional bodybuilder. You can't fuck around. It's like you're either in it or you're not doing it. You just pick one or the other. And that sort of just triggered me to be like, yeah, fuck, it's all in now. I still feel like I'm not like because I haven't done it yet. I haven't competed professionally, so it's like it's not fully drilled into my head. That's why I think, yeah, what Cam said before. I think as soon as I do my first pro show, it will be like then it will be like drilled into my head. But yeah,
Yeah,
it's
you're yet to do your first job, so to speak, I
yeah,
guess.
yeah,
Yeah.
for
Yeah,
sure.
I felt pretty lost after my when I won my pro card because obviously like I was so small, like I was like 76 kilos. I know that 212 guys like 96 kilos. So it's kind of like it was really hard to see the vision long term because for starters, it was never like my goal to be a professional bodybuilder. Like I didn't set out for it, but
It
I
was only
won it.
like your second show too, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
that was my second show.
Yeah.
So then I won it. And then, like afterwards, I had like a bit of a. I definitely didn't feel like a professional bodybuilder. I didn't have that even a little bit of a drive to be like a professional bodybuilder because I just thought, that it was still like a bit of a that goal is just too far away. So yeah, I had a little bit of like post-show blues and stuff because you win your pro card and then um you go back to work
Mm.
and
Yeah.
like your life's no different.
Well, I
And
guess what's funny too is becoming a pro, you now can't compete in Australia. Like you essentially get
yeah,
cut off from competing until you're ready to go to the States or whatever.
yeah,
And
So it's
then
kind
every
of,
show you do costs 10 grand more than
yeah, yeah. So I had like a two and a bit, yeah, like 2 and like 3 months stretch, 2 years and 3 months of like off season, like trying to push up body weight, doing mini cuts, but not being nowhere near as consistent and locked in as I am now. And yeah, it was after my first show in 2024 as a pro that I would come off stage and I'm like, I am doing this again next year, and I'm gonna do everything I can in between now and then to fucking improve.
Yeah, I wasn't content when I won my pro card. Like
Yeah,
I was happy, but I was
yeah,
like, the job's not done. Like, regardless, you win your pro card, you don't win your pro card, whatever. You're still doing the same thing. You're going into an off season. You're still growing. You're coming back. You're prepping again. It's the same shit. It's just what happens on the day and if you win it or not. But I was not content. Like I was happy, but I knew that I had more to do, and I
yeah,
haven't done it yet. So I wasn't, yeah, full beaming. I was just like, even after when I won that overall the week before. I was not like I did not care what happened on that day. I had that thing in my hand. I just wanted to get off the stage. Like I
yeah.
don't know what happened. I think it was just the pressure building up. Adrenaline was crazy. I was full like spewing up backstage, not from food or anything. I was just like
Just
nervous.
writing.
It's like I had this sort of reputation to do well, and I'm like, yeah, it was just struggle street on that. I just wanted to get the fuck out of there. To be
Yeah.
honest, yeah, that was me.
So when I think of Dave now, like he already conducts himself like a professional. He probably conducts himself better than some of the professionals that I know. So if Dave were to win his pro card, like his life would just carry on as the same because he's just as locked in, if not more than fucking most of the half of the pros that I know.
nothing changes. Yeah.
Yeah.
For
Whereas it
sure.
was a drastic change for me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you
I
just
was still
speaking
treating
then.
it like I did my first show and I'm just gonna do my second show.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't like I didn't have a goal. All I wanted to do was win their under 80 class.
Yeah, that's what you're describing exactly what happened to Beans as well, Sabina.
Yeah.
Um, she went pro and she's like, yeah, the hype obviously died off by the time we got home to Adelaide. And she's like, hang on a minute, the fuck do I do now? You know, I don't like I got to do with Zeke, and then obviously we went to Romania like 8 weeks later, and she's like, okay, yeah, I got a lot of work to do, and it's like you go pro and you realize like especially those four girls that just finished the Olympia went straight there. She's got like 10 awesome girls that she's competing against. She got like 11th or 10th or something, and then she's like, oh fuck, you know, like I got to go back to the drawing board because you used to just competing in the States up in Australia, you don't see the women over there how big they can be. And then she's like, okay, I got to go back. And then she sort of was locked in for a bit. And then she started, you know, it's like, Cam, you have like a year off season. You're like, well, I want to compete, but we can't really afford to yet. And it's like the timing, you can't go away. That's the wrong time because obviously there's not many women's physique shows. Like there's not many 212. You got to pick your time. And then you start getting lost. And she's like, well, yeah, what do I do? A mini car? And then you bulk. And it's like, yeah, and like Dave, you said, then you're like, okay, another 10 grand. It's like a 20 grand venture because I got to go with her as well. And it's just, yeah, it's not what you think. It's not like it's fun to compete in Australia. You can easily do it, and then as soon as you go pro, you just realize how much of a small fish you are again.
I think that's why it's very important that you just need to fucking love bodybuilding. Like
That is,
anyone who knows me, like they know I'm a crazy cunt. Like I do retarded shit, you know, stairmaster at fucking one, and you know
yeah,
I live my life like a pro, even though I'm you know nowhere near ready to essentially you know be good enough to be one. But I just fucking love it, man. It's as simple as it is. Like you know I won my PCA Pro card, and I'm so glad that the IFBB exists because now I can't compete in the PCA in Australia, and it's like oh well fuck I can't be bothered going to Thailand, you know, I'll save it for a holiday. So I
Yeah.
feel I can totally feel where Chris and Cam must be with that because you know if by some miracle I did one day get my IFBB card, nothing would change for me. I would still love bodybuilding. The only difference would be I would be like, oh, all right, now I need to allocate 10K every time I want to go and actually do a
yeah,
fucking competition.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
all
that's
that
where I'm at.
changes.
Hey, I'm like, if I was to win it one time, it'd be awesome. I'd get to go and experience that. And if I don't, I kind of be happy. Like every show I do and don't win it, I'm kind of happy because I'm like, next year I get to do this again.
Well, I
mm,
love Australian shows, bro. Like, obviously, I just wrapped up doing a couple of IFBB shows, and I love it, bro. Being backstage, just walking around, chatting shit with boys and the girls, and you know, you just that experience is just so different here, you know. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
to have to give that up would suck. Obviously, you
It's
can
not
still
just
go as a coach and go backstage and do all that, like I will with some clients this year at the end, it's season C. But yeah, it's not the same, man.
yeah.
mm,
It's not the same too, like having a people in the crowd that you know.
mm,
Like and having your friends and family there. Like when you like when I was happier when I won the state overall, because like my mum was there, my son was there, like my family was there to watch, my friends were there, like and then like you go, I was lucky enough to have like Dean and Alex and Tash and some friends over in America with me, and Ryan came last year, but it's very different. You feel like way more like alone when you're overseas. And I'm
mm.
going to Thailand. I'm not Thailand, Taiwan in like 6 weeks, and I'll pretty much be there. I know some people who are going to be there, but I'll pretty much be there by myself. So like a show day, like a post show day,
Yeah.
will be
Sorry,
very
Cam. I really wanted to go, but this bad
will be
time in
very different, you
business.
know. Yeah.
I was really gonna
Oh
go.
no, that's all right.
Yeah, yeah, I know, but I know what it's like. It's just the peace of mind knowing that Cam, I'll run to the shop and get that for you. You say like having people in your corner helps when you're overseas. So I'm lucky. I've always got my missus. We've always got each other's back. So no matter what, I've got someone like Chris. If you're going to Detroit, you're obviously playing your head down. Like who's going to go with you?
Most likely,
Tim will be there.
like this, it's just those two. Yeah, so it's going to be like a full outsider row. Like just, I think it's also just going to be us three, me, my missus, and Tim.
Yeah,
So
that's still something though, you know.
yeah, like you've got that support there as well, which is good. I would hate to just do it alone. Like I couldn't imagine the people that have international coaches that don't rock up to their shows and they're just going to a foreign country on their own, just yeah, dialing in for the week to get ready for a show. That would be a bit. I don't know. I've never. I
Yeah,
can't.
that's one thing. Sam, the other 212 that got his pro in Las Vegas. You know, Sam. He went to he went to Portugal and that by himself. Like that's hats off, and Amsterdam. Like hats off. Like that's hard to do. Going to two European countries that you know no one and just doing two shows. Like, that's so Sam. If you're
I
listening,
haven't been there
hats
before.
off to you.
Yeah, like I've never traveled. Like I've only gone to Bali. I've never gone to Europe, never gone to America. So like
Oh, you've never
going,
been overseas.
nah,
Oh
just
fuck.
Bali, bro. But that was like it's sort of like a rude shock. It's like you go there and it's like you got to sort of configure yourself around and you haven't been there before. You don't know where the food's at and all this shit. So you got to like yeah, it's a bit daunting, I feel.
Well, you go to America, bro. It's the fucking easy. At least you're going somewhere
Same
easy for
shit, yeah.
your
Same
first
shit.
show, bro. All you're gonna worry about is the thick flavored rice cakes and all the cereal in the world. And you know what? They're bagels as well. They're fucking bagels are killer. America's easy. It's when you go to like Romania, man.
Yeah.
You walk in the shop. We had to oven bake our chicken because we got no grill, and then so they had one spice in there. It's just roast chicken. There's like no sauces. They had like a tomato sauce. There wasn't even mustard or barbecue sauce. It's like this is fucking shit.
Yeah.
So it's like countries like that are definitely harder. It's definitely hard. Like even rice, you got to cook it all stovetop. There's no rice because you can't just go into Kmart and buy fucking rice. It's so hard to find everything, and everything's like this. Yeah, America's way easier. So at least you go on there. That's a good selection for your first show.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Tim will help you out.
Oh yeah, he's done it all before as well. He'll know exactly what to do. I'll rely on him then, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I'm sure you're probably a bit more independent than Dave will be.
Oh, I'd like to think so.
Yeah.
Hopefully, but because it's the whole travel thing, bro. Like just going into a new country, and they even going to Bali. Like I do like sort of traveling around and adventure, but like I know when I'm in a prep, I'm like I just want everything fucking given to me and just easy to get. That's going to be the toughest thing for me. I feel
Yeah.
like navigating and having to actually go and figure out where to get shit. But as you said before, America, same shit as here. It's just shops and shit, bro. Yeah, chill.
Yeah, I reckon Dave would spend too long looking in the cereal aisle.
Yeah, maybe.
Hmm.
Do you
I
live the
reckon,
same day on repeat every day, Chris? As in, you also hate when your routine gets fucked with?
Yes, I get so fucking frustrated, bro. Like, even when we went overseas to Bali, it was only like a 7 day thing, but it was having fun and shit. Like, when missing meals, not doing the exact same thing I would usually, really frustrates me, eh? Like, I full get anxious. Like, I get full anxious, eh? Like, proper anxious,
I
100%.
get very depressed outside of my routine. I'm the
Yeah.
same as you, bro. I've only ever been to Bali once. That's my only travel experience,
Yeah,
and
same.
I couldn't enjoy it because I couldn't gym, I couldn't fucking cook my meals, and I hated it.
Yeah.
So that's what
Remember
made me
though, part of being a
realize
good athlete is being adaptable.
it is. But that's why, like I say, when I say I love bodybuilding, um, I almost don't care about what I place. I just enjoy the fucking
Yeah.
process of it. That's why I never gave up the enjoyment of what I do for placing. Like I trained
Winning's a
legs.
bonus. Winning's a bonus.
Yeah, like I trained legs the morning of the what was it? One of my shows. Dumbest fucking thing you could do, right? But I just
But
fucking
it
did
was
it
leg
because I
day.
love doing it. Yeah,
Yeah,
but it was leg day.
it's leg day.
So that's where I fail as an athlete is I put my joy of the process before the competitive side. If that ever changes, I'll let you know. But yeah, that's a non-negotiable for me. I like what I like. I really do,
Yeah.
man.
Well,
So
I'm
I
the
mean,
same as
you
you,
have to
Max.
just
Like,
change your mindset to be like, well, me backing off is part of the
mm,
process.
yeah, but like I said, that's where I'm a little bit different. I feel people talk about oh, if you do bodybuilding, you do it because you want to win. I don't fully agree with that because I still had the fucking best time of my life competing this season, and I didn't give a fuck what I placed. I went on stage, I had fun, I waved my arms around and fucking did my thing, and I had fun, bro. I genuinely did not care. And coming third was a bonus. Getting a medal, that was my first IFBB medal ever, believe it or not. So yeah.
think about guys that are like, 10th down at the Olympia. They're not competing to win the Olympia. They're competing just to look better than they did last year and maybe move up a spot.
Hmm.
But at the end of the day, they're like, if I move up a spot, killer, but look how good I look compared to last time.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, more than I want to win, I want to look like how I want to look. Like
Yep.
I want to look like a freak more than I care about my pro card.
Yeah.
Especially when, like Chris and Cam says, your life isn't going to change anyway.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, fuck it then. Who gives a shit? I'm just going to enjoy this. And the cream always rises to the top. If
Yeah.
I'm good enough to be a pro, I'll become a pro regardless of, whether I, did the 99% or the 100%. So fuck it, man. I got one life. I'm going to enjoy it. So I'm sure, you know, you guys being pros, Cam and Chris, it's obviously a little bit different if you see it more as of a, you know, this is now your job, but it's hard, man. I kind of feel for you guys because it's tough. As much as I would be cool to be a pro, it does take a lot away from the enjoyment I feel. If you start to treat it like a job. I don't know. That's my perspective anyway.
It's more
No,
like
for me, like it's still, I enjoy it. and I do it because I'm doing everything that I want to do.
Mm.
I don't ever feel like I have to do this, or like if anything now, I want to do it more than I ever have. So like I'm happy to do the cardio. I want to do the cardio. I want to get lean. Like I want to be hungry. Like I'm fully invested now more than ever. And yeah, it definitely doesn't feel like it's a chore. It's something that I want to do.
Mm.
What about you, Chris? Is there a look you want?
It's tough, bro, because like obviously like leading into from amateur to pro, I haven't done a pro show, but I've had a pretty successful amateur career. So like that attitude from there is like, all right, you're a winner, you're a winner, you're a winner. So I'm not expecting to go into a pro show and just fucking clean up. Like
Mm.
it's very unlikely for that to happen. Um, depending on, it doesn't really matter how hard you work either. It's just how it is. Like there's different
Yeah.
levels of game. So I feel like that can even affect someone mentally too. But in terms of like the look I have now, um, I'd probably have to bring out the my strongest attributes, like more just the structure and shit, because I think hanging with I've never actually seen a professional open men's bodybuilder in person before. I haven't seen an open men's
Well,
pro.
you're gonna get your eyes wide open. You
That's
you be like, oh my God, I'm fucking
Yeah, that's the thing. So like I think once I actually do it, then the eyes will open up and then I'll be able to be like, all right, fuck, this is what I really need to do. But yeah, it's purely just for me, it's based off my amateur career. It's like successful, you've done well, placed high overalls, and then now you're at the bottom of
but
like the
but do you
set.
how do you want to look? Do you want to be a freak? Like, have you got an image
Oh,
in your head
fuck
of
yeah.
like, I want my physique to look like that?
I think my sort of goal is more like that Flex Wheeler
Hmm.
type. Like I want to look cooked. Like the goal is to look monstrous, but if you can bring that structure, I feel like that's what's really shining these days. And I feel like even watching the pro shows and how they've been judged over the past few months, even structure and the shape of the physique has come up a lot more. Even like with Tonio and Crizzo recently. Crizzo just beat him, but before that, if you're looking at them both, like Crizzo is like what fucking 30 kilos heavier than him
Yeah.
and they're still like handling out with him. So like I think structure is the biggest thing and I want to play off a lot of structure as well. Like I don't want to lose that look at all.
I wonder if any of us will ever get to a physique one day where we're like, you know what? I love this. I look good and I'm happy with how I look. I don't need
That's
to
the
get big.
the
I
weird
wonder
thing
if we
about
ever get to
bodybuilding,
that.
though. Weird thing about bodybuilding is you'll get guys that are massive, and then you get guys that look massive. When you see them standing close, they're not that big. Like they're still big, but like I'm sure there's a lot of guys like that are absolutely massive that you beat, Chris, because you have the structure, whereas they don't. Um, so it is about being big, but it's not about just about being big.
It's
Yeah.
where
Yeah.
you big.
I've been in like at the backstage of these shows in America, looking at some of these guys, going, Jesus Christ, what am I doing here? And then like I'll get called out in the first call out, and
Yeah,
they'll be at the third call out.
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck? This doesn't make sense. This dude's massive, like, so
That was
yeah.
me in the second show, like when I versed Mike, like that whole super heavy lineup. You did it as well, Andrew,
Yeah,
in
I was there. I got fourth.
yeah, I'm looking at
Yeah.
everyone, going, fuck, how am I like I'm looking at them pump up and I'm like, these guys are big. Like even just amateurs, like these guys are big boys. But when you look back at photos and like it does come a long way, like the structure and that it
I
comes.
think you never see yourself like I see myself as a 75 kilo guy. And so when I'm pumping up next to other, heavyweights or whatever, I think that I'm 75 kilos and I'm looking at them being 100 and I'm like, fuck. But then
Yeah,
I look at like photos on stage and I'm like, oh, I kind of look the same size as these guys. So
yeah.
you just never see yourself like that.
You're your own worst critic. I walk around the gym in a commercial gym, and this average gym guys, I'm like, fuck, he looks big. I'm like, fuck, I'm small. It's so weird that we get that in our head. You
I
think
think
you're way smaller than what you are.
I think that backstage experience is priceless, like you just said, Dave. You're back there pumping up and you're looking at all these people around you and you go, what the fuck am I doing here?
Queensland's, the like this time last year, like when I did the Queensland show, I had my clothes on still. I was pumping up, and they were calling us for the shoot. They were like, "You got to get ready," and I like still had my clothes on. I was like, "I don't want to take my clothes off because these guys are fucking massive."
Mhm.
And then I was second in that show, and the only person that I beat was James Newcomb, who's way smaller than me. So
Yeah. Well, I'm
Yeah.
standing around all these blokes and they're all saying, fuck, you look insane. And I'm like, the fuck are you talking about, bro? Like, and like you said, I see myself as that fat kid.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at all these big ass bodybuilders on, like, I'm thinking, what the fuck am I doing here? And here they are saying, bro, like, what the fuck? You know, you look insane. I just don't see it.
Well,
Yeah.
My brain is cooked.
when I was in Romania and I did heavies and Dave Fidel did the supers, I was like looking at those heavyweights. I was like, "Fuck, these cunts are big," but they were actually big. I was actually small. I was actually yeah, some of those Europeans, man. I'm like, how the fuck do these guys make weight? They were fucking huge for heavies.
A name actually comes to mind. Do you guys know whatever happened to Josh Lenartowicz?
Yeah, he just retired, didn't he? Because he was going to come back, but didn't because
This
he
Dallas.
got over the cancer or the brain tumor, whatever, and then he sort of come back, but didn't
I
compete.
think
Okay.
from talking to someone that knows him, I think he's still having a lot of trouble with like headaches and stuff.
Well, I saw his
With what,
brother.
sorry?
With
Yeah.
headaches.
Oh, headaches. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
talked to his brother at Kilo, and I'm like, "How's Josh going? I haven't seen him." He goes, "Oh, he's all right, but he's not coming back." He said he trains when he can and stuff and tries to keep himself fit, but he goes, because I'm like, geez, you look like Josh Leonardo. He goes, yeah, I'm his brother. I'm like, I thought so. So
Well, I
yeah,
only mention him because he's one of the Aussie pros that he comes to mind when I think of like USA sized pro
yeah, well, he got
level
six at the
physique.
Olympia. I'm
I
pretty sure.
remember the first time I saw him
Mm.
backstage at a show. That dude was like, it was when he was peak, like when he was going over and doing the Arnolds and stuff. Just the size of his calves were like just ridiculous. Like,
Because he was tall as well, wasn't he? Like 6'6" or 4 or something.
no, I think he
Oh,
was like 5'11.
yeah.
Oh,
Do
5'11".
you guys ever remember watching Max Muscle TV and
Yeah.
they'd have a segment with
They,
him on there? He'd be doing walking lunges up
they
and
still
down
do Max
hills.
TV. It's still going.
Oh, is it really? I didn't know that.
Yes. I don't watch it, but every now and then, does Dave Fidel actually watch that? I'm like, that shit's still going.
Yeah, right. Hey,
Yeah.
I have a question for you, Chris. Do you logbook your training?
Oh, you mean like just like
Track.
yeah, of course.
What about you, Cam?
Something I never used to do, and I
Yes.
feel like it's probably the biggest shift in progression by far, 100%. Like I would account for a lot of my progress with tracking my training for sure.
Does Tim give you your program through Kahunas, or is it just like an uploaded spreadsheet in the workout?
Nah, kahunas. I do.
Yeah, because for my prep clients, I give them a spreadsheet still because Kahunas is pretty dodgy with the workout plans.
Yeah,
So as soon as people start prep, I do a spreadsheet.
but I like what Tim's done because he's like full taking control of the app, and because you can add your own exercise
Yeah.
and stuff like that, and like the exercises given on the actual app itself, if you don't update anything, are pretty shit. It's just
Mhm.
some things aren't even there. Like you can't even do like a back extension. You can't even find a back extension. But because Tim's like gone into it and done all this stuff, he's made it very specific.
Yeah.
I've worked towards
Yeah, I've
that.
added a few. I've got like even Sabina's in a few video clips doing a few of them. But I'm like, man, this will take way too long to do it because there's so many different machines. So when I tell people high row, I just write in notes like, find the high row at your gym and send me a picture and I'll tell you if it's good or not.
Yeah, I usually just tell people like just send me or tell me what gym you train at, and I'll just
Yeah.
to like even the website. I'll just look at their Instagram and see what machines they've got and just work to it. Like World Gym, like I train at World Gym. A lot of people in I find Sydney do like it's it used to be very niche. Like it only used to be like a lot of bodybuilders there, but now it's in every suburb. Like it's in
Mm.
every suburb, so everyone's flocking to a World Gym, and they've got just like New Tech and Panada and a bit of hammer strength, pretty much, and that's it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
If I reckon if I moved to Melbourne to go to Kilo, I'd be filming me training on every piece of equipment and putting it into fucking Kahunas.
I'd
I'm
have
like,
to,
try this just so I can try all the machines.
yeah, I'd have to book a day so I could just do one set on every machine just to try.
We'll do that Rich Piana style, 8 hour workout.
Yeah, I track all my training, and
Yep.
I feel so lost if I go on the gym without a training plan.
Mm.
Like, I need to have some direction of what I'm doing.
I
Otherwise,
think the reason why,
just go in there and just do a pump workout, like,
yeah, I don't know
man,
how people
I
do it.
struggle.
What I like about tracking training, and the only reason I asked you guys, because I was just curious, because there's obviously the camp of people that do track and then the camp of people that don't. There's never like an in between. It's always like hard yes or hard no. But when you track and you beat numbers, you know your job is done for the day,
Mm.
as opposed to like, oh, I feel tired, but am I just tired? Or was that a good workout? Like being tired isn't a good metric of was that a good workout or not. I've walked out of the gym plenty of times PBing across the whole session and feeling energized. And I've also walked out of the gym before with no progressions and feeling fucked. So yeah, I was just curious as to what you boys did because I'm a pretty firm believer in that. If you're not tracking, you can't, measure it and you can't see the trend. So
I'm
yeah.
like
And I think
Cam.
the beauty of tracking is like like you just said, you can go into the gym feeling like shit, but you look at your numbers from last week and you go, oh well, it's fucking time to do it. Don't be a
Yeah.
pussy. Let's go. And half the time when you feel like shit, you can still smoke your workout.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Well, when you have a
if you
number
can
in
get
your
off the
head,
way you felt, then you might have held yourself back.
yeah. Because there's plenty of times where we can cut a set short if we feel tired. But if you have a hard and fast number in your head that you know you got last week, and if you're anything like me, where you refuse to regress or even stagnate, you fucking get that extra rep. You find that dog in you, you know what I mean? Whereas if I just went in and I had no idea what I did, like, because there's been plenty of times where I'll get to like rep 7 of a set where I need to get 11 to beat last week's performance. And if I was going based purely off how I felt, I could easily stop the set there.
And you get them, and then you go, "Oh, that wasn't that hard, was it?"
Yeah.
Yeah. Just
Yeah.
like I said, you find that bit of extra dog in you. And I think that's the difference between people that keep progressing their entire career versus the ones that don't, is being able to dig out that extra rep every single session, despite the way that you feel. Because, you know, this ain't a feels fucking training camp, you know.
It can also, well, yeah, you go on, keep going.
No, that was it.
I was just gonna say, it can also put you in a win straight away from the first working set. You'd be like, no, I don't feel
100%.
that good today, whatever. And then
Yeah.
straight away you get a PB, like beat one rep, you're like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna have a good workout now.
The boys
So
know what
you
it's like.
can,
If that first exercise is beaten, it sets the tone for the
yeah, it sets
entire
the tone.
session. Yeah.
I'm a huge logbook guy. Mate, if I don't, I got to make progression. I love progression. I'm like, yep, we'll look at my numbers. I'm beating that. What did I do last week? Okay, I did that for 3 RR. So if I do one more rep, technically that's 2 RR this week. Yeah.
Yeah, I live for it, bro. Like my favorite part of the day all revolves around that 1 hour where I am getting extra reps. It sounds fucking, probably to the average person, it sounds the most like autistic thing ever. But we know we're autistic because we're bodybuilders.
Yeah.
But that makes my day. Anything
Mm.
could happen. My car could fucking break down. My fucking dog could die, whatever. But if I got progression in the gym that day, everything doesn't seem so
Yeah.
bad.
That's it. That's all you need to do. That's a good day. Is gym progression. Nothing else
How long
matters.
can you push that progression until you need like
A
pull back?
deload.
What's that? Sorry.
How long can you push progression until you have to pull back?
Uh Generally speaking, probably like a full macro cycle. So, like for example, if I'm planning on doing a push phase for 20 weeks, I can generally go the whole 20 weeks without a deload because I train on I train on the side of caution of volume. I'd rather do a little bit less than I can. I'd rather do a little bit less than I can potentially do, but know that I'm going to recover every week, than try to ride that line so closely that I end up needing a deload. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like
That's
I
what
can do,
Matt Jansen used to be like that. When I trained
yeah.
with him, it was no deloads. If you did regress, just miss one session, go back.
With that being said, though, I do it reactively. If I need a deload, I will take it. But generally speaking, I can go a full, yeah, like I said, push phase or diet phase or whatever without one. And if I do a reactive deload, all that is instead of say maybe 3 sets for quads and 3 sets for hams on one day, it'll be 2 sets for quads and 2 sets on both those days. That immediately, that next week brings me back to feeling fresh. So, what about you, Chris? Do you deload? Do you do any of that or?
I've had to mature into my training a lot. Realistically, I don't really do deloads, but I know when I get fatigued because I'm pushing, like I'm trying to just push so much fucking weight. And when I'm getting heavier, it's like I can push the weight, but like at what cost? Like I don't like sacrificing form, tempo, and all that shit. Like I try keep that all level. I find that at this body weight now, I gas out pretty quick, bro. Like if I go have 1 week of like a solid fucking like a mad like set of sessions, the next week or the week like the week after, I predict that usually it crashes. Like for example, I'll have 2 weeks where they're just gun, and that third week I'll notice that decline, so I'll sort of have to deload in that week just to progress for the week after. And it always happens. Like on prep, like I'm usually just flying straight through. But in the off season, especially when I'm getting heavier and you're lifting, you're dealing with more weight, there's a lot more pressure I feel and fatigue that comes into play that you have to manage. And that's something that I've had to, sort of come to terms with now. Like I've never done that sort of, I've never done that deload and the mesos and stuff like that. When I was a young guy, I was just like, go in, train chest, 5 exercises, 4 sets, fucking 15 reps each set and just rip in. That's how I used to train. But now that it's a lot more calculated, like I'm coming to terms with how to actually I'm learning my body more essentially, and that's what's sort of getting me to that next step, and that's where training comes into play. Like it's very fucking important training is a big thing for sure.
Mm.
And it can
I
pull you
think
back, not just forward, it pulls you back too.
this
Especially
is
if
why
you're
I'm such a big advocate for like reps in reserve training. Because if you're saying that you like get 2 good weeks and the third week shit, you like on the data, and I'm proof of this because it works for me. You don't have to train super close to failure. You can train like 3 reps from failure and the results are the same. So if you're able to start your training block at like 3 reps from failure and then you go to 2 and then you stay at 2 and make a little bit of a progression, you go to 1, there's 4 weeks that you've gone like, relatively hard.
yeah.
Then you might stay at 1 rep in reserve. You might add some sets. You might be able to milk that out for like 6 weeks straight before you get to that point where like it happens to us all. But if you're doing that every third week, or you can use reps in reserve and you can do it every 6th or 7th or 8th week, that's a lot more weeks that you're training and a lot less weeks that you're deloading.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, that ties back into when I was talking about enjoyment of bodybuilding and one's psyche around training. I am somebody who mentally cannot deal with stopping shy of failure. So therefore, my training style is just reduce total amount of sets because I understand reps in reserve. I know how to implement it, and I can do it, but then I lose the enjoyment factor. So this is where I think styles of training should be where it differs. Like, what do you enjoy? What
Yeah.
allows you to progress? And
Like, I'm not going to tell you what you need to enjoy, but for me, I used to be you. And what I had to do was I had to train myself to think like this and go, okay, do I enjoy doing what I think I want to do, or do I enjoy
Getting
doing
results.
the best thing that's going to get me results? And I've had to change my like mind frame around what I actually find enjoyment in, and I've had to learn to find enjoyment in seeing the progression in doing what's going to get the best result. And then when I've learned to do that, it fucking works because now I'm enjoying it and it's what I need to do.
Yeah.
yeah, I
Like,
mean, look, trust me, if what I was
I'm
doing
exactly
now
the same
wasn't
as Dave.
working, sorry, Cam.
No, I'm exactly the same as Dave. This year, I've pulled back my intensity and I've had the most amount of growth.
Mm.
So like last year I was training with Ariel a lot in Powerhouse Acrobat. He trains very intensely. Like, we were doing it like, forced reps. Just every session was just, killing ourselves. And I only put on like 1.5 kilos last year. This year, it looks like I might even be like 4 or 5 kilos up. And the difference is like
And the physique is like
Yeah.
way improved.
Yeah.
Cam, you have evolved. Well, you have as well, Dave.
And the difference is like I'm not killing myself. I'm doing enough, but I'm not killing myself.
Comes back to that fatigue conversation. Like,
Yeah.
if you
And
don't
like,
push your fatigue that hard, you can actually recover and get back in the gym next week and have a good crack.
and
Ash,
last off season, I was able to string more weeks together in a row without having to deload. So
yeah, Ash, I've even like this is why I went with Cam, and I'm starting to love Dean and like being smart and not training harder because I went with Cam because his psychology and how he attacks bodybuilding is what I want to become. So I'm too hard headed like you, and I coach my clients like Dean does, and like Cam and Dave do, and I see them making results. I'm like, I'm telling them stuff that I don't even do myself. Like the 3RR, it works. I've seen it in my clients, and I'm like, that made me see that. Fuck, I've got to start doing that myself. What I'm preaching, I've got to start doing. I've got to stop training to failure. And since I've been with Cam, like this has been the easiest prep ever. I had no hunger issues. My fatigue was pretty fucking good, and it's like it felt easier, and I was getting better results. I'm like, this is a no-brainer. So now that hopefully this off season is like Cam and Dave's because I've learned and adapted my hard-headedness to be more smarter like them too. So I'm hoping to have a breakout off season like them.
Do you think it's a thing? Like trying to push past, but for me, it is for sure. Like in my head, it's like I'm fucking 140 kilos. I should be pushing weight. But like you see a big dude, you're like, he's not going to be fucking chest pressing 20-kilo dumbbells, but sometimes it's
Yeah,
needed.
but it's not 20 kilo dumbbells, but it's
Yeah.
like, ask yourself, like, do I think this is working or is this working?
Mm.
And then like often there's a lot of ego tied to training hard. And it's like, am I doing this because I feel like this is the right thing to do? Or am I doing this because I've given it a good crack at different methods and this is the one that worked? And like me and Cam are saying, like we've done the easier method not easier, but like the pulled back method, and it actually works better. And like now that I've done both, I could do either one. I'm going to do this because I know it works better. Even though, like, yeah, it fucking feels good to go in and train like you, Ash. I love it,
Mm.
but I want to make progress.
Dave, I wouldn't say it's easier. I'd say it's harder because for us mentally, it's taxing.
Yeah,
Well, I suppose that's where the difference is, though, because to me, this is backing off from what I used to do. I don't walk out of the gym fucked. Like, I walk out feeling great, So, and then obviously, like I said, if my progress did stall, I would 100% be like, okay, what do I need now to
Yeah, you'd address
progress?
it.
yeah,
So while it is still working and while I have found my sweet spot, because like I said, my volume's pretty low in terms of like working sets.
Mm.
So, I never feel fatigued. My sessions are under an hour. And if I did find a better way, then yeah, or like I said, if what I'm doing currently now no longer served me, I would obviously choose progress over,
Uh,
you know.
Ash, your problem's fucking sleep, mate. You're always up at 1 a.m. doing
Ah,
stairs.
bro, I got
Fucking
that
mate, you're too
gene.
fatigued. You don't even know it, mate.
I got
Stop
that
trying to
gene,
fail you about
bro.
sleep problems.
I need 3 to 4 hours a night. That's all I need, bro. I got that super gene.
You only grow when you sleep. Do you know what? For the first time since show last night, I actually had a fucking dream. I was like, yep, sleep's killer now. I was actually, when I have deep dreams again, I was like, fuck yes, this is all right. My body's grooving.
I'm finally starting to enjoy looking at women again, which is great.
Yeah, that as well. I said to the missus last night, I'm noticing titties popping at the gym. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm like, there's
seeing
everything's
them,
coming back.
seeing them Mewtwo baddies.
Yeah, I feel like a man again. Yeah,
I'm staying away from females.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
they'll ruin your life.
Cam, just marry bodybuilders. It's easy. She's not that
Nah,
much stress. It's like dating another man anyway. Just watch F1s together and eat food.
I'm good. I'm fine. I'm actually quite content by myself.
Yeah, it is. I do find solace. I like my own time. That's why I put myself down in this little office downstairs.
All I need is my salad and my rice cakes on top.
Yeah, it's the crunch, mate. Everyone's doing the salad crunch now. Killer. Fucking croutons, mate.
Get
All
Chris
right.
onto the salad crunch.
Has anyone
Yeah.
got any other questions for Chris?
Ooh.
Ah, man. Or like, what's actually, sorry, what's your nutrition look like at the moment?
It's not much food, bro. I think I spoke about this before, but um, I had that like initial health phase after the show, recovered, and we stuck to one little bump, like a food increase, and it's been the same. My
Yep.
food has not changed since like November last year, December. Like I'm on about 4,700 calories, and the
Yep.
weight is just like trickling up. I never had a problem with putting on weight. And I feel like when I do it very slowly, like as I have been, that's when the quality comes through. I can get to, I could honestly probably push to 150, 60 kilos and just be a fat cunt. Like putting on weight for me is not a problem. It's just getting there with quality. That's what I had an issue with the past.
Yeah.
When I go into an off season, yeah, all or nothing mentality. It'd be like, all right, I'm in an off season now, bodybuilder, just pack on all the weight. But that's not, yeah, I've learned that's not the right way to do things.
Chris,
Yeah.
just tell the bros what they want to know. What drugs were you running, bro?
Bro,
It's all the drugs, isn't it?
fuck
It's
all,
all that
bro.
matters.
Yeah, that's all that matters. That's all that matters.
Just testosterone, growth hormone, and
I wasn't being serious. You didn't
Yeah.
have to say anything.
but
That
at
is the
end of day,
trifecta.
like super, like
Yeah.
minimal. Like I've always been like, even with the first show I did, second show, not much, bro. Like not, I've seen her juniors doing fucking double the amount I was doing.
That's right. I was just joking. I was because we were talking before about how
Wouldn't
everyone
make it a
Cam,
drug.
you weren't on yet, but I was saying how everyone thinks it's drug related. Like, what can I take to mass this off season? I'm like, and everyone negates these days training and nutrition. Like back in the day, we were talking before Dave got on as well. How everyone that used to love bodybuilding was always training first. I want to go and smash myself. I want to go on gym. I want to Now it seems like these days everyone just wants it's drugs first at the top of everyone's mind. So it goes drugs, like training, then nutrition or something. It's like nobody puts training nutrition at the top anymore.
Well, it's funny too because they all look for this new compound to use or whatever. But in reality, man, like test and growth hormone has been my bread and butter for my entire
Yeah.
like bodybuilding and
But
powerlifting career.
even things like people are, oh, how can I feel better? Oh, I've heard NAD Plus is really good. I'm like, bro, your nutrition's dog shit, your life's a mess, and you want to take NAD Plus to fix it. There's plenty of other
Yeah.
shit going on in your life.
It's
Fix
like,
that
oh,
shit
should I
first.
take Mot C for energy?
Yeah.
Brother, like you don't even fucking do any cardio. That would probably have more
Yeah.
effect on your mitochondria than fucking Mot C, you dumb cunt.
Everyone that's listening, just focus on nutrition and training and nail the shit out of that first. We had anything.
Just
And
before
your
we go,
lifestyle.
Sebs,
Get de-stress, get a good sleep routine, and you'll make massive gains before adding anything.
No one wants.
Let's finish with the rapid fire, eh? Because
I was
everyone's
going
probably
to
got to eat
ask just
soon.
real quick, Hey, Chris, do you move around a fair bit during the day? I only ask because your caloric intake for a 140 kilo guy,
Mm,
it's less than me. I'm
that's a
just
lot.
curious. Do you move around?
Yeah,
Do you
my
move around
missus
a bit
eating
or no?
more.
Yeah, bro. I'm doing like probably like 15, not I'm not crazy, but like 15, 20,000 steps just from PT because like I'm
That's a
just
lot.
working my feet. But I'm not doing any extracurricular cardio. Like I'm not doing stairs. I'm not doing like treadmill. Like I just get the steps in just from my normal day to day.
And it's
But
always been that
I
way for
could do
you?
more. I could do more. Pardon?
Oh, I was just gonna say, and it's always been that way for you. Like you didn't really need much food to grow, sort of
Oh,
thing.
yeah. Oh, yes and no. Yeah. Like realistically, yeah. I've never really gone with this approach before. Like it's always been put the food high. Like last off season, this time around, I was doing like probably 6,000 calories, six and a half, 7,000 calories. My body was at the same weight, but I looked a lot shitter. So that's what we sort of figured out. But my body, it's really weird, bro. I can go without eating anything and I just maintain the muscle. And that's how I was as a kid. Like when I was 18, 19, if you go through my Instagram back then, I got to probably like comp condition eating just tuna and cottage cheese and oats. That's what I thought dieting was. And that's what I was doing at 18. I never used to have carbohydrates, nothing. And my body would hold a lot of tissue. So even with this prep, we got to as low as like 1,600 calories at one point, and I was feeling normal, which is fucking weird. Like I don't know. But my body just goes pretty well with lower food, I
So
feel.
any like a high protein or moderate protein,
Bro,
high
low,
carbohydrate, low
low,
fat, high fat,
low
low fat.
protein, like
Yeah,
moderate protein, I'd
yeah.
say.
Because
Uh,
that's Tim's approach is low because Dave's on low protein compared to me as well.
yeah, bro, I
Yeah,
was going
big
from like
Dave.
250 grams of cooked chicken each meal to like 120, maintaining the same amount of muscle tissue, recovery, everything. So like with me, I haven't really ever pushed protein to a stupid level. I don't think I've ever gone above like 300 grams
Yeah.
at my body weight. Yeah.
And fats, added fats.
Fats are pretty low. Like I'd probably say between 50 to like 80. Like it would just hover around there. Like I was never really high with fats. Yeah.
So you'd have
Carbohydrates.
a fair whack of carbohydrates to make up that 4,700 calories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. For sure.
That's the same as Dave. Dave's on way more carbs, maybe way less protein and fat.
Mm.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
let's everyone ready for rapid fire to finish off?
Yeah, sure.
All right. One food you could eat every day for the rest of your life.
Cream of rice.
Steak.
Chicken.
Will it affect the way I look?
Nah, just whatever you want to enjoy. Whatever you could eat.
Pizza.
Yeah. Ash,
Cream of rice.
salad with rice cakes.
Is it
Cream of
so
rice still
like
wins.
is it just whatever you want with no consequence?
Whatever. It could be anything.
Would
I'd
like
still go steak.
Yeah.
I
Oh
get a
yeah,
wood
yeah,
fire
good porterhouse. New York strip. One bodybuilding food you never want to see again.
Tuna
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go tuna.
or
Why?
whitefish.
broccoli. Broccoli is that a
Fuck
what is it?
no. That's
Yeah,
just the king.
Yeah,
I
broccoli
don't
or
know.
fish. Like white fish.
Yeah.
Yeah, whitefish.
Oh, come on,
Stinky
guys.
whitefish.
I fucking love
Good,
me
no,
some
good
bassa.
whitefish like barramundi, but like the shit. What do you
Bassa.
call it? Barra. No, what's the one? What's
It's a
the
Bassa.
bassa.
bassa?
That's
Bassa.
yeah.
Fuck bassa,
Bassa's the
bro.
shit. Ah,
It's
Bassa
not
can
too
get
bad
fucked.
if you cook it and eat it fresh, it's good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I
air
wouldn't.
fry.
I can live my life without it quite easily.
Not me,
Uh,
bro. I need bassa.
yeah, but if you can have barra,
Yeah, isn't that like
worst
double the
moment you've
price
ever
though?
had.
Sorry, say it again.
Isn't
Worst,
barrel?
worst, worst prep moment you've ever had.
I've had pretty good preps. I don't have any like bad
To
moments.
me, it would just be things like, delayed cancelled flights where you're at a layover and you've only got enough meals packed, and then you got a 12-hour layover and you got no food. That's
If
Yeah,
I
I
was
know.
thinking
I got
about a worst,
last prep, so
if I was thinking about a worst day, or like not a moment, but a time, would be like in my first prep when I'm like doing a construction job,
mm.
just feeling like death.
Yeah, and all the
It's
apprentices are
the,
doing fuck all and pissing you
it's
off.
the first time experiencing, that fatigue, and then trying to function at work while you're feeling that fatigue. Yeah, I hated it.
Oh, this is not really for us. Favorite cheat meal after a show, but we don't none of us really cheat. Salad with croutons.
yeah.
If
The
you weren't a
first
body if you
first
weren't a
couple of shows
bodybuilder,
that
what's that?
first couple of shows that I would do, I would like fantasize about food the whole prep. I'm sure all you guys have done this too.
Yeah.
And I'd go to like fucking like Milky Lane or somewhere like after the show, and I'd have like 3 bites, and it'd be like cement in my stomach, and I'd feel like I'd have to go to the bathroom. I'd be like gagging, like I was going to throw up, and it hit me like so bad. But I just kept on every show I'd do, I'd still do it, and I'm like, why am I still doing this?
Yeah. It's like you start telling yourself it has to be done, and you're like, what? No, it
Yeah.
doesn't.
Your
No, it
eyes are so much
doesn't.
bigger than your stomach at that point too.
Oh yeah, and you're not
Uh,
used to like cheese and
yeah,
stuff.
Yeah,
the
because
first thing I want to have.
Dave was saying to me, like, when are you gonna have your cheat meal post show when I was back at his gym in Adelaide? I'm like, I don't know, I just don't feel the need. I'm all right. I don't need one.
The first thing I want to have is a coffee with milk in it.
Yes.
That's the
Coffee
first thing I
cappuccino.
want to have. And then I'll just want to have like a big massive bowl of cream rice, or I really like my yogurt meal that I have every day, so I want to have that too.
Normally, most of me, I just want to go home and shower and just have a cone. Just chill out. Chill the fuck out.
And
I got
me
off stage
post show,
last.
I'm pretty worked up with adrenaline still. I don't really have an appetite for like the rest of the day.
Yeah, I just hate being sticky. Once I have the shower, I'm happy just lie on the couch.
It's normally like the next morning I get my appetite. I want to go and like get brekkie.
Yeah.
Yeah, normally I look forward to like a big bowl of oats or something. Nice oats, some actual milk and honey or something. That'd be all right. Nice creamy bowl of oats.
You don't realize you're eating all day. Like I'm carbing up on fucking like
Yeah.
16 eagles and strawberry jam and fucking almond butter and shit. Like I don't want to eat. You know what I mean? Just too much food
Well,
already.
especially after a big carb up, normally you actually want like a good steak because you're like, well, I've just been eating carbs, no meat, no protein. So you're like, fuck, a good steak will go down, all right. If you weren't bodybuilding, what would you do for a career?
Oh,
F1 driver or NBA player?
yeah, probably like a footy player or something. Because I was doing that before bodybuilding. I chose bodybuilding over that. So yeah, probably like footy. Yeah,
Cam
man.
would be a Sparky crawling around in ditches.
I'd be yeah, I'd probably be running my own Sparky business, or I'd be doing some type of like renovation thing where I like maybe buy houses and do them up and sell them. I really enjoy that sort of stuff.
So next time Renovation Rescue comes to TV, Cam's an applicant.
Yeah.
Ash?
Fuck.
Oh fuck! I'd be in like FIFO or some shit because I got my fucking boilie ticket. So that'll
No.
be my shitty life.
What one supplement you'll never stop using?
Test.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Fuck yeah. Fuck
I don't
yeah.
think I'll have a choice. So yeah,
Yeah.
test
Yeah.
it.
Who would win in a pose off right now? Chris, you're Tim at his best.
Me or Tim?
Yeah, you were Tim when Tim was at his best.
Like, oh, Tim. Oh,
Yeah, your
fuck.
coach.
Tim was a big boy, bro. I never knew him back then, but he was like pushing 130
Yeah, he
pretty
was big.
lean. Bro, I don't know, fuck, who knows?
Well, my coach would beat me in a pose down right now. So
I think it'd be Tim at the moment, but I think your ceiling's higher than Tim.
Yeah, nah, Tim looked phenomenal, bro. Yeah, he looked phenomenal.
Tim was a very big human.
yeah.
And very complete. Like he had a very
Yeah,
nice
he-
shape.
yeah.
You're straight on for a year. You get one protein source, one carb source, one fat source. What are you picking?
Steak,
Steak,
rice,
rice, peanut butter.
Go chicken, rice, and almond butter. Actually no, I'd go rice, mince, and whole egg.
I'm going steak, potatoes, and eggs.
Fuck, you said the yeah,
Because
steak,
potatoes have like every
yeah,
nutrient.
bro.
Steak and fat eggs are steak, potato, and eggs. All right, there's a few other we can quickly do coffee or pre-workout.
Three
Three,
Chicken or steak?
steak,
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 Chest day or leg day?
legs,
legs, always.
Off season or prep?
prep,
Prep.
Yeah,
Yeah,
prep.
prep. Cardio before or after training? After.
after,
Rice or
Neither.
potatoes?
Rice.
rice.
potatoes.
Potatoes. Depends on that. That's hard because that depends.
Off season rice, prep potatoes.
Yeah. Train alone or with a partner?
Alone,
Yeah,
Wow.
I like alone. Most underrated exercise. That's a hard one.
Bulgarian split squat.
I love them. I
I'm gonna
love
say
them.
an RDL.
Best body part.
Legs.
Legs. I like back as well. Back and legs. All right, that's it, guys. And we've already answered the question. Oh, one question we did have was the water. People said, how long do you wait before you ask someone to work in at a commercial gym before you go over there and be like, can I work in with you? Or
When they finish.
what do you do? How do you approach people? Do
I
you just
wait till they,
wait, or do you go and ask to work in?
I
It
wait till they
depends
finish
on
their set, and if they don't fuck off, then I ask them.
Mm.
it depends on what they're doing. If they're like sitting on the pec deck on their phone, just like scrolling, I'll just immediately ask. Whereas if it looks like they're kind of training, I'll wait and let them do one more set. And if they don't get up and leave, then I'll sort of ask if they've got, if they've got one more set, I'll just wait. And if they're like, oh, I've got 3 sets, I'll just say, oh, can I work in?
I always just guide people and say, how many you got left? I literally, if it's my next exercise, I walk up there. Hey, if they're not obviously if resting, not while they're training, but I'll say, how many you got left? If they're like more than one, I'll say, can I work in with you? Because I'm at least going to do a warm up set, so I'm quick at the start.
Well, I told you, remember I got banned from the gym for that?
Yeah, that's highly unlikely.
Yeah.
All right, guys, thanks for joining us. Thanks, Chris. Thanks, Ash. We're
Thank
all
you,
going to go
sir.
eat now because we're bodybuilders.
Yeah, straight out.
Yeah. All right, take it easy, guys. Cheers for coming
Thank
on.
you, guys. Take care.
Yeah.